season. Let's run that interview real quick.
Palooza. I am Riley Davis. He is Carter Elliott, and we are joined by Alabama forward Grant Nelson. Grant, appreciate you being on, man. How's the summer going? I'm guessing the whole team's probably in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, it's been great. We've been practicing a little bit, doing workouts, lifting, pretty much just your normal summer, running camps, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So we're going to talk a little bit tonight about the NBA draft and looking at some of the guys you played against. But before we even get into that, I sort of just wanted to look back at this past season with Alabama. You know, the knock, y'all probably heard it. We heard it in the media all season on the Tide was, prolific offense. Can they get enough stops? Can they figure it out on defense? Of course, y'all were able to string together 4 straight wins, get to Phoenix, get to the Final Four, and figure it out some on that end. But what led to the turnaround, or was there any one particular turning point that y'all look at?
I mean, we were struggling with it all season, and I mean, we knew that if we wanted to win games in the tournament, we had to figure out our defense because we knew our offense was so powerful. But I mean, we kind of locked in. We all had the same goal in mind. That was to be national champions. But I mean, we fell short to a great team, UConn. But I mean, I think we figured things out on the defensive end at the right time, right at the end of the season.
Was there one like particular turning point? Because I know some teams when they go on those runs, they're like, oh, maybe it was this one game, or maybe like a moment where you guys like came back and again. Was there like one specific game or moment you can point to where maybe like that flip switch for your team?
I mean, I don't think it was one specific moment because we struggled with it. We talked about it like week after week. We have a decent week defensively. We move up a little bit on like the Ken Palm defensive rankings. That's kind of what we like based like where our defense was at in the country. And then, I mean, we lost to Florida by like 20 in the SEC tournament. And I mean, that opened our eyes, and like, that's a team we thought we should have beat, but I mean, it was a great team. And I know it stuck with some of our guys, and we knew that like we didn't want our season to end, especially with our offense and how good we knew we could be. And I mean that flipped a switch in some of our guys, I think.
Yeah, even going back to like the tournament run, was there any sense that y'all had or any moment in any of those games where it was like this team really could do it? Maybe it was the Elite Eight game against Clemson when you have Jaren coming off the bench and hitting 5 threes or something. But was there ever a moment where it's like, okay, I think we're starting to figure it out. Like we really could be special.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it all throughout the tournament. There's different guys in each game who stepped up. Like the first game, I think it was Mo Diabate, Mo Wagi, first game, and then again Grand Canyon game, it was Mo Diabate. A lot of the guys helped off the bench in that game. And then UNC game, it was me, Nick Pringle. I mean, Mark had a significant impact, Aaron Estrada, Rylan, pretty much everyone in that game. And then, like you said, Clemson game, Jaren coming in, hitting a bunch of threes, Nick getting their guys in foul trouble, getting to the rim, and ones right at the end of the game, making us free throws. So, I mean, I think it was just a collective effort. And then us just kind of knowing our level of skill and how we want to play against teams, how we want them to play into us. And I think we all just figured it out, and it worked out perfectly.
For sure.
Yeah, you guys got a very talented deep team last year, and this year it seems like you even came back and kind of built on that. We've been able to tune in to obviously your guys' media team does a great job of posting like videos of practices and stuff like that. What have these summer sessions and practice been like with all the talent that's present at those practices?
Yeah, I mean it's competitive. It always is. Just the style we run at practice, where everything is like competing for a win, no matter what drill it is. So I mean it's guys coming in trying to prove that they should play as many minutes as they think they want. So I mean it's just a lot of guys coming in, a lot of freshmen transfers, people trying to prove that they deserve playing time. Well, I mean, we all have the same goal in mind. So I mean, we're just hungry to have a better year than last year.
Yeah, of course. Like we all know what you can do. We know what Mark's capable of. Most people know what Cliff can do as well, but who are some of like maybe the unknown guys or guys flying under the radar for this year's team? Has anyone particularly impressed you so far in the practices?
Yeah, I mean, LeBaron came in, had a couple great weeks. I mean, he plays with so much intensity. He can guard the ball. He can score. I mean, he averaged like 35 points a game in high school or something crazy like that. So, I mean, he came in, kind of opened some people's eyes, and then, I mean, Cliff. I mean, he's solid all around.
Yeah.
Guard. I mean, he's just a big presence in the lane. He can score, catch lobs. So I mean, it's a lot of guys coming in. I mean, Darion, he came in from the Team USA stuff, so I've only seen him for like about a week. But he's solid. All the freshmen really, and then I mean the returners, like I know what they can do. So it's just a matter of us kind of coming together and people figuring out those roles.
For sure. So yeah, we actually want to turn a little bit to talking about the draft, just because we'll be airing this on draft night. Carter and I want to get your scouting report on some of the guys you played against, particularly the ones you're going projected first rounders. Like, let's talk those Kentucky guards. What do teams need to know, or rather, what do fans need to know about Rob Dillingham and Reed Shepherd? Like, what was it like game prepping for those dudes?
Yeah, I mean, guys like those guys, they could come in and have a positive impact whenever in a game. I mean, Rob Dillingham could come in and score 10 straight if you give him the ball. So I mean, it's tough to guard and prepare for guys like those guys. And I mean, whatever team picks them up, they're getting a great basketball player. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about them, and I mean, they're just great basketball players.
Riley, I'm surprised we didn't start with the player he dunked on. We should start with that. What was it like going up against Donovan Clingan? Obviously, you had the big dunk in the game, but like coming into that game, obviously Clingan's one of the best shot blockers in the country. You were kind of going on this run where you were really just being extremely productive and tough down low in the front court for your team. What was it like going up against, I mean, just a man that massive? And talk about that dunk a little bit, because it was nasty. You had me up out of my seat.
Yeah, we were both in Phoenix. I'm sure both of us collectively were like, okay.
Yeah, that was tough.
No, it was, I think the first time I drove in, he blocked my shot. Like I was trying to shoot like a hook layup, and like I've never had that shot blocked in my life. So I was like, oh wow, like we're playing against like someone we've never played against. So I mean, I think he blocked me a couple times. The time before I tried to go up, I thought I got fouled. I mean, they didn't call anything. And then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try to dunk on him, because I'm not like that. I'm either gonna get a foul called on him, or I'm gonna make it and hopefully get a foul call still. So I mean, I got in transition. I saw an opportunity, rose up, and I didn't even touch the rim. I just threw it down, and somehow it went in.
So tough.
All right, last one I got to ask you about. And off air, I told Grant I'm a Tar Heel. I was pretty sad, pretty crushed during that Sweet 16 game. But I got to talk about Harrison Ingram some, just because I know this UNC team seemed like they talked a good bit on the court, and I want to know a little bit like what it was like playing against Ingram particularly, and even UNC, like what you saw in that matchup. And you can even speak some to, I mean, really you took over that game. I mean, I'll give you the floor to speak on that.
Yeah, I mean, great team. I think some of their stars, RJ Davis and Baycott, they didn't play as good as they wanted to, I think. I mean, I feel like we had a really good game plan against some of their guys who don't shoot the ball as well, like Ellie Cadeau, Seth Tremble, where I was the ultimate help guy off of them. Mm-hmm. I kind of helped with their two star players. And I mean, I think we kind of just locked in on scouting report. And I think that was the biggest reason why we won that game. And then, I mean, kind of on that stretch where I started to play well, I give like all the credit to my teammates, my coaches for, kind of giving me that confidence, and then continuing to, feed me a little bit while I'm hot. And I mean, it all worked out, but it was a team effort. And I mean, I think the thing that won us that game was locking in on scouting report and the preparation we made coming into that game.
For sure.
Yeah, I think you were very locked in. You brought out the rim protector badge that game.
Yeah, he was. Can't confirm. But yeah, Grant, well, we appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, and best of luck as you continue to prepare for the season.
All right, thank you.
Where the rest of these jabronis at, Riley?
We're here.
There they are.